Open on a bustling conference center full of chatting teenagers.
What a great day. Here I am with my brother at the 1996 Southern New England High School Leadership Conference.
Wow, and we just met two guys from Massachusetts, Andy and Eric.
What's up, fellas? Good to meet you too.
Why are you all talking like that? I hate this.
Sound effects, digital hum. 2026 time portal opens up. Johnny 2026 appears. Did it work? What year is this?
Who's that?
It looks like our friend Johnny, but he's middle-aged?
It's 1996.
And the time portal worked. It's me, guys, but from 2026.
Holy crap.
This guy looks like a narc.
Johnny's a nice guy. His parents own an apple farm.
Why'd you come back in time, Johnny?
Warned you guys about the future. It's pretty bleak. I can't tell you anything specific about your personal lives, but I can answer some general questions if you have them.
Oh, cool. I had a question.
Wow, Naveen had great hair.
Wait, what?
Never mind.
So the apple farm guy has a time machine. He's here to warn us about the invasion of Mutsu.
I had a question about technology. We all just got emails and instant messenger accounts. What's technology like in 2026?
Great question. In the future, we all have portable digital cell phones. Think of a device a little bigger than a deck of cards that's always connected to the internet.
What do they do?
Everything. The phones can play any song, show any video, answer any question. You can call or video chat with anyone for free. People use it to play games, do their banking, shop, order food. You can even find dates or get a new job.
Those phones sound amazing.
They're the worst parts of being alive, and they're ruining everything.
What? Who makes them?
Apple makes the most popular models.
Of course he would say that.
I have a question. I'm curious about the music I love.
Shoot.
Are the big 90s acts still around, or did any of the singers die?
The big acts? Kinda faster to tell you the ones that are still alive.
Oh, damn.
Maynard's fine, though.
Yeah, phew.
Phew.
Anima's out this year, right? So by my time, Tool has released 3 more studio albums.
Huh. I thought you said you were from 2026.
Yes,
That's 30 years from now.
correct.
3 albums?
I said what I said.
Oh, man.
Consolation, at this point, you have seen Local H a ton.
That's cool.
Like a comical amount. Dozens, maybe. Any other questions?
Yeah. You want to buy any CDs?
I'm good, bud. Eric, any questions?
Look, I refuse to participate in this.
I think you have a question, though.
I do, and it's a big one. Are any of us getting boob?
I can't go into specifics.
Come on, present them.
You're all happily married men at this point. That's really all I can say.
Tell me mine's Asian. Do it.
I really can't.
Coward. What is even the point of this?
You're not married, Johnny?
Not yet. Eric actually introduces me to my fiance, though.
Fucking lies. Why would I do that?
Because you're a good and supportive friend.
Please meet Johnny Applefarm. Can he interest you in a selection of pies?
Do you have any questions, Andy?
Do we have to keep being friends with Eric?
It's important to the timeline.
Okay. Well, I did have a big question. Are we close to curing cancer or any other big medical breakthroughs of any kind?
That's a little dicey right now. We had a global pandemic recently. There's a very contagious respiratory virus called COVID that forced everyone to stay inside a couple of years.
Jesus. So what happened?
Some people just chilled, made sourdough bread. Other people kind of went nuts.
How so?
Medical conspiracies are big now. Measles has actually made a comeback.
Shit.
Yep, there's been more measles outbreaks than new Tool albums at this point.
Isn't the Department of Health doing anything?
That's a short version. The U.S. Department of Health is now run by a heroin addict with a parasitic brainworm.
What? Did they just grab some bum off the street?
Well, actually, he's a sound effects, digital hum. 2027 time portal opens up. Andy 2027 appears.
Wow, it's middle-aged Andy.
What's up, fellas?
What is this?
Johnny, I need you to stop right there. We can't do any political material.
Wait, what year are you from?
2027. And it's, wow, Naveen had great hair.
What? Again?
2027. How's the podcast doing?
How do you think?
That bad?
Our ratings are currently trailing the 112th ranked Rogan guest.
We're losing to Gad Sad?
What's a podcast?
Rogan? The jock from News Radio?
We can't get into it.
Yeah.
I still want to hear about our Asian wives.
Why can't we do any political material?
The American government in 2027 launched a program against any podcasters that broadcast political stuff.
Really? What are they calling it? One big beautiful.
One big beautiful program. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good Lord. Does that at least include the Gas Network guys?
I guess he gave you know who the idea. Guess who gave you know who the idea?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't understand any of this conversation.
In any case, it was dangerous to come here, Andy. Multiple time portals in a single location can destabilize reality. Sound effects, digital hum. 2026 time portal B opens up. The Pone 2026 appears.
It's middle-aged bone.
Local H 117 times, baby.
Told you it's a lot.
How you doing? How you doing? Would you like to buy some CDs? Would you like to buy some CDs?
Please don't sell your younger self CDs, Napone. Sound effects. 1980 time portal opens up. Eric 1980 appears.
Whoa, look at that handsome young man.
Sound effects, digital hum. 19 to 2016 time portal opens up. Tiny Two Bells appears.
Is that an octopus?
No one's going to get that one. Sound effects, digital hum. 2028 time portal opens up. Naveen 2028 appears.
Middle-aged Naveen?
Oh, crap, my hair. Yeah, shut up. I'm from 2028. Have terrible news.
What happened?
Well, the podcast is doing well. Too well, actually.
What? Why?
After the podgram, most remaining podcasters took the vaccines are pussies pledge. Then they all died of Epsilon COVID.
Epsilon COVID?
Yeah, makes your face explode. It's been a year.
Question. I still don't understand the octopus.
So, wait, we're the only podcast left in the country?
Basically, we're now getting millions of listens and downloads every hour.
That's good though, right?
Not really. Once we got popular, our wives finally started listening to the show, and especially since it's now broadcasting in English and Japanese.
Yes, I knew it.
And they all left us shortly thereafter. Something about them hating every single thought and opinion we expressed. Sorry, fellas.
Ugh, that really sucks.
Sorry, guys. The future isn't like robot apocalypse bad, but it is frustrating and draining and frequently pretty stupid. Hate to tell you.
So this podcast thing, it's like a show you do?
Yeah, like an online audio show. We mostly just talk about 80s movies.
Which ones?
Well, this week's episode, we're doing The Terminator right now, as a matter of fact. Sweet.
Hard cut to theme music. Quick round of applause for everybody. Woo!
Bravissimo.
And that was Eric with a cold read on top of everything else, which is really beyond what I could have hoped for this.
I just happen to have a baby with me to do the baby impression, so win for me.
All right. Yeah. Never encourage my writing. This is what the show was going to turn into.
Always encourage your writing.
Welcome to episode 88 of Rebels Without a Pod, the show that dares ask the question, ladies, do the headphones stay on or off during whoopee?
Woo.
Tonight we're continuing our new to you Neo-Noir cycle with Big Jim Cameron's The Terminator. My name is John. Joining me tonight, Andy, who does our artwork and graphic design.
Hey guys.
Devine on music and audio production.
Hello, hello.
And Pod Daddy Eric, who's been on the phone the last 20 minutes asking to speak to Ginger.
I'm back.
Also, returning to the show, our buddy Dapone, who after our Cry Wilderness episode somehow decided to stay friends with all of us.
What are you calling a psycho?
Buddy, let me just kind of say real quick, we appreciate just how kind of cool and tolerant you are for just kind of watching that fucking movie. And I was thinking about this like a few weeks ago, and I'm like, I felt bad for having Napone on for Cry Wilderness, and then we brought his older brother Neil on for Get Out, which is like a generally, Get Out, generationally great Oscar-winning horror movie, and Cry Wilderness, a B flick about a Bigfoot with shaved nipples. So. Buddy, we appreciate your sense of humor, and I was and your patience for all that. And I was just kind of thinking to myself, let's kind of get Napone back on the show for a good one this time.
Glad to be back and Get Out. I'm glad Neil got to finally see it after 8 years or whatever, because that is a great movie.
Right. Unknown and completely unplanned to us, he went so long with he actually apparently, I guess if I'm remembering right, he had the physical DVD of Get Out just kind of sitting on a shelf, and he had it for so long. Netflix just gave it to him at some point. Yeah. It was so funny and so completely thematic to the what was it, the top of the queue? That was like the theme we were doing that month.
Yeah.
Just exactly what you want. So all our content is currently up on the Rebels Without a Pod YouTube and Spotify channel. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We are primarily an audio show and trying to get established on Spotify. So we ask any YouTube listeners, if you do have a Spotify account and it's at all convenient, maybe next time try giving us a listen there. However you do come to us, though, please know we, in any form, kind of appreciate the the time, the any kind of attention at all to our dumb little show. Programming notes. Next week, we're returning to Korean noir cinema with Andy's pick, Park Chan-wook's 2003 revenge film, Old Boy. And, oh boy, will that be a conversation.
Can't wait.
A little backstory on the show. This is the movie that 2 years ago when we started, Eric wanted to jump into immediately, and I kind of maintained for a long time if we forced Andy, if we at least forced 2024 Andy to watch that one, this podcast is really going to die prematurely.
I mean,
yeah, I can imagine.
if you can survive Big Trouble in Little China, followed by The Thing, I think it's just a natural progression. Go straight into Old Boy.
Sure.
Right.
You'll see what I'm talking about.
We literally.
I still have not looked up anything about it. I don't know. I don't know what the plot is. I know nothing about it. I'm going into it completely cold.
Me too.
I haven't seen it either. Original or Korean version?
Watch.
No,
What's
Korean
gonna
or
happen
new
is Napoleon's gonna message us afterwards. He's like, "Thank fucking God that you didn't invite me back for that episode."
Right. The Korean version is insane. The American version has so many MCU actors in it, so many major MCU actors in it.
Well, that's all we have left at this point.
I can't say you're wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
We'll get to it. We'll get to
Which
it.
version are you doing?
The original Korean one. So the week after that, we're concluding the new to you Neo-Noir cycle with my pick, 1980 British gangster classic, The Long Good Friday. As of record, it is streaming on HBO Max, so anyone listening who would like to watch along does have that option. So for the movie itself, this was Eric's pick, Terminator. You know, there is so much to talk about with this movie, so let's just jump right into it.
You're welcome.
Terminator. Beg pardon?
You're welcome. I know you wanted to hear it a second time. It's fine. I don't say that too often.
Okay.
Baking
No,
powder?
that's the other thing you don't say too often.
Okay.
Terminator is a 1984 tech noir film directed by James Cameron. Synopsis in brief. I've written 4 of them. Synopsis in brief. Sarah, Ginger, Pugsley, and Matt could have just been the whole movie. Controversial take, but I'm just putting it out there.
Sure.
I like it.
Who else has one?
All right, I'll go. All right, Synopsis in brief. Find Sarah Connor. Evade the police.
Mm.
Ooh, I like this jacket. What about these shoes? Do they fit?
I just like Napone's reaction.
I got
He's like, I
one.
don't know him.
Synopsis in brief.
Oh.
Stalker travels back in time to get close to his prey.
I like it.
And then
There we go.
synopsis
It's
in
an
brief.
actual legitimate
Yeah.
synopsis in brief. That's a
Yeah,
rare
yeah.
thing.
I feel like there's more coming.
And then a second one. You know what? I had sex with your mom.
Nice.
Synopsis in brief, something, cyborg penis, something.
Complete.
You can light that thing on fire. It still keeps pumping. All
So
right,
much manufacturing left our country.
see, that's what we're missing in 2026.
Mm.
Synopsis in brief. Don't you miss the gun shops in the 80s? You know, when they carried a 45 long slide with a laser sight, phased plasma rifles, and Uzis?
No, there weren't any plasmas.
He didn't have plasma. He
Didn't have the
was
plasma.
way too casual. Maybe it's an LA thing. He was way too casual about being asked for a plasma rifle. And she's like, just what we got on the shelf, buddy.
It's amazing that he pushed back on the plasma rifle, but he's like, yeah, we got Uzis. I looked that up. It's a real fucking thing.
Yeah.
You could buy an Uzi in the 80s. Goddamn. Bring it back. Bring it back.
We all need
We were
that.
once a country.
Yeah, they might as well. And I got another synopsis in brief. This one's a little more fitting. Are you sure it's not already 2027? Swish.
Yeah. It's
Hey.
I'm trying to put out of my head just literally 2 months ago, the Defense Department blacklisted one of the biggest AI companies in the country for not making a Skynet.
Yeah.
This is a little too on the nose, a bunch of stuff here. Synopsis in brief. He will wade through you, reach down her throat, and pull out her fucking heart. I don't really have a joke there. I'm just like, why is that not the most famous line in the movie? It's the coldest fucking. I think anything we've covered 2 years of this pod, that's the coldest line, maybe.
Yeah.
Synopsis in brief. My name is Buck. Came back in time to. Yeah.
Snaps.
Yeah. Synopsis in brief. James Cameron movie about a woman who spends her life obsessed with a homeless guy she slept with once and then watched die. ... But enough about Titanic. To kind of quote like a thing the Zoomers like to say, like it's not a lot, but it's weird that it's more than one.
It's fair.
I didn't put those two. I didn't make that connection, but yeah.
So, anything else, or should we get to summary?
I got one that's pretty quick.
Okay.
All right. Arnie, you're going to walk through the fire. Do I get to keep my eyebrows?
That's pretty good, Naveen. I like that one.
Wait. They'll grow back.
Swish.
Did you guys notice that though? Like,
Yes.
he walks through the fire, gets burnt, like everything's fine except his eyebrows got burned off.
I looked that up. I was like, that didn't really happen. And then learning that actually happened, I appreciate the movie even more.
I have
Didn't
I have a Vigos that goes with that I'll save. for later.
Yeah. That
Oh
video
shit.
for this movie is so fascinating. It'd be like
Yeah. Good stuff.
But let's get into the summary here. So the film stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Michael Biehn, and Linda Hamilton. The script by Cameron and producer / future wife Gail Ann Hurd. It is credited with launching both Cameron's directing career and Schwarzenegger as the leading man. Despite tepid studio expectations, the Terminator topped the American domestic box office on release, eventually grossing $78 million against a $6 million budget. Despite not being screened for the press, it was also a critical hit, with Time magazine listing it as one of the 10 best films of 1984. No review from Raj on this one. He was effusive about Terminator 2. This is a movie he was on record as really liking, but the studio was so convinced that this thing was going to be a bomb, they didn't screen it. So there's kind of no written review from Roger on record. Going on to the RogerEbert.com, though, you can find film critic Matt Zoller Seitz writing on the movie in 2017. This is what he said. Cameron and his producer and then wife, Gail Ann Hurd, were masters of making small films look big. They realized that as long as the story moved inexorably forward, pausing only to bash the audience across the face with rock'em sock'em action sequences, it didn't matter how big the sets were. As long as audiences were invested in the characters and the images were imaginative enough to make up for their cheapness, they get pulled in and stay in. The damned thing never lets up and remains as evolving as ever, thanks to the precision and emotional conviction in storytelling. So, new to you, Neo-Noir, this is a cycle where each host picks out a noir film that they have not actually seen. So we can, for general impressions, start with Eric on this. Buddy, I'm really curious. Obviously, we want to hear about what you thought about like the film overall, but as part of that, I think I'd be really interested in hearing, like, this is such an iconic movie, kind of the image of it is sort of everywhere. I'd also like to hear what did you kind of just recognize from just like this movie existing when you're watching it, and what in this film did you not expect? When this film really surprised you?
I didn't expect a lot of it, actually. It's really weird because I remember T2 when that came out. That was a huge thing. Everybody had to see T2, the special effects, the story. So you naturally would assume that I would go see Terminator 1 right after that, which I just kind of put it on a back burner and just never went back. You can, I mean, same thing with the rest of the Terminator films. I think I tried to watch the third one. I'm like, this is okay. Yeah. And then after that, they apparently made multiple sequels, which I completely tuned out on. But I think what I was thinking back then is it probably, because there was what, like 9-year difference between the movies coming out, maybe a little more. Yep. So you'd assume that it's just kind of outdated. It was trying to do something. It didn't really.
9 years, and also a giant bucket of money that he had to make the sequel with.
Yep. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting anything except for that line, "I'll be back." That's all I was expecting. And the one thing I did not expect was everything that happens after he delivers that line.
Sure.
Holy shit. He says, "I'll be back." Leaves the police station, gets in a fucking car, crashes through the front lobby of the police station, pulls out guns, and murders 30 police officers.
An interesting thing, I like to nerd out about, this is the thing I've talked about before, but in kind of in movie plot and script structure, the thing that really amps up and accelerates like the danger, the conflict, the risk in the film always happens almost exactly the halfway point of the film. "I'll be back," and then crashing through the police barracks with the car is almost up to like the halfway point of this movie.
I thought he was just gonna go get coffee. He's like, "Hey, I'll be back."
It's 1984. This late night coffee is terrible.
You're a robot, right? Don't you work for us? You go back to the car. You wait. Charge up. When we're ready, we'll call you. This movie gave me so much I did not expect. I don't know if you want me to talk about my review, but I honestly thought this was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I was blown away. And part of the reason is we'll get into it in a bit. The thing I love about it, it does have the sci-fi part to it. That's like, of course it has sci-fi all over it, but it's it feels like a classic horror film to me, especially like a slasher film from the 80s. So the fact that Arnie kept coming back no matter what they threw at him, I was like, this fucking movie.
Well, there's two things, important things that happened there. One, Cameron was a huge fan of John Carpenter's Halloween. I mean, that was, I think in the 80s, certainly Walter Murch, when he was making Return to Oz, that's what a lot of the 80s guys wanted to do. Like, we want to make our classic horror movie for no money whatsoever and sort of become famous because of that. But so Cameron was working a lot from the serial killer, from the unstoppable killing machine motif. But he had also, previous to this, been John Carpenter's special effects guy on Escape from New York. So he also kind of had that pedigree like under his belt.
Yeah, I mean, that's what killed me is I'm like, it's 1984. It's a $6 million budget. What's going to come out of this? And I read somewhere they're like, they used some, for I think the future scenes, they used toys maybe. Stop animation, some like cheap effects to help because balance that budget. But then when you see, you know, Arnie's body, just what is it? It's like the gas, the oil tanker he's driving or whatever. It explodes.
When it's a complete skeleton, it is done fully in stop motion or puppets at that point.
Yeah, but he comes out of the fire and you see the robot, like the T-800 series robot, and you're like, you can't not believe that that's an actual fucking robot. It's so realistic.
True.
The stop animation, sure, it's a little gimpy, but I mean, everything else. I mean, the whole fight scene at the end in the factory, just all of that is just so intense. It's so believable. Like CG can't even come close to that, in my opinion.
You know, just like you know, it's something we've said like 1,000 times on this podcast, and it's something 1,000 other podcasts have said. But this speaks so much to practical effects, to puppets, to real pieces of just wire and metal and plastic and rubber and Carol syrup for the blood and everything else. I mean, it is just the time this was made, and for just really the very, very small money that they had relative to the ambition of what Cameron wanted to do, I think is very remarkable.
Some of the choices too. I have to call it the scene where Arnold's he's in the apartment building and he's like cleaning himself up after he got like I forget what it was, hit by a truck or something like that. And so he's in there repairing himself. There's some guy out in the hall. He's like a custodian type guy. He's cleaning up and he goes, "Hey buddy, you got a dead cat in there?" And then it goes to like video game style where
it's a choose your own adventure.
Yeah. From Arnie's point of view, it's like, okay, pick your response to this. And there's like 6 things to choose from. And he chooses the one. He's just like, "Fuck you, asshole."
Right.
And the guy's like, "All right."
What's hysterical about that is it's like there's a part of his program giving the choice to a different part of his program. It's kind of like amazing.
I was like, who's making the decision for him? The AI is working on behalf of the AI.
Yeah. You know, there's so much to talk about there, but let's just do general questions. Go into our guest, Napone. Could you talk like a little bit, what's your history with T1, T2, and how it's kind of revisiting this as a rewatch?
So we definitely watched it before T2. I know we watched T1 like immediately before we saw T2. We went to like the early screening of T2 at 10 p.m. at night and watched Terminator before.
You actually saw in the theater back in the day.
Oh yeah,
yeah. With the sneak preview, it's pretty cool.
And I believe we watched it before then too, and I pretty much feel the same about it now. I probably like it a little bit more now than I did then. But it's just a good movie, a good sci-fi movie. I definitely don't see there's a lot of holes in it. I mean, there's probably a lot of holes in the other Terminators as well. But it was good. I can see what we'll talk about later on, like the horror aspect to it, and like it seems more like a B movie to me now than it did back then. It's not like a normal movie back then when we were watching it, but watching it now, I'm like, yeah, this is like your almost typical B movie type style. But I did enjoy it. I think I thought it was going to be, I was expecting it to be bored watching it this time around, and I wasn't. I was like, it
flies along just from like the second you dropped into it, you know, just coming up on 40-year-old filmmaking technology and special effects and everything else. I mean, it's I thought it aged astoundingly well.
Yeah, I mean the special effects at the end did get a little janky, as we said, but it kind of pulled back. It was like at one scene and it got better. It wasn't like it continued that way, which was cool to see. But other than that, like, yeah, it was a really good movie.
Andy, going to you, just general impressions, history, just history with these two films in particular, and what do you think of this rewatch?
So I had definitely seen the Terminator at least one time. I think one time before, but honestly, I didn't remember almost any of it. The only part that really stuck with me was the tail end when half the T-800 is going after Sarah Connor in that factory or whatever, and it gets crushed by the press or whatever. That was the only part that stuck with me from the movie, and everything else pretty much was brand new to me, which was actually pretty cool. I remember I've seen T2 probably 5 or 6 times.
Having listened to like 12 hours of podcasts on this movie prior to the record, that's the experience everybody's had. Everybody our age, or a little younger, it's like Terminator 2 saw it 1 million times. Terminator 1 saw it exactly once at some point during my childhood.
Yeah.
I feel like T2 is a movie that I would enjoy watching more. I don't think I would like enjoy seeing this movie again. Like, just if it came on TV, I wouldn't be like, gotta watch Terminator. But if T2 came on, I would be like, yes, let's watch this.
You're cycling
T2
right back.
is like super rewatchable.
How
Super rewatchable.
do the special effects hold up? The whole thing, like the liquid metal kind of like
still,
It's still solid, yeah.
Is it really? Yeah.
Still good.
There's an interesting thing in computer graphics. We don't have to kind of get too much into it, but there is that thing of metal and plastic are much easier to make look convincing than any organic matter. That's why Pixar, their first few movies, that's why they're doing toys and monsters and fish rather than human being, because like back in the early days, that was the shit that you could kind of pull off. Same thing with the metal robot in T2.
Well, and think about the way the humans look in Toy Story, like especially in that first one, man. They
hadn't figured it out.
Oh man, they are creepy looking, like super weird looking. Anyway, so look, this movie is a classic for a reason. It launched Cameron's career, like you said. It launched Schwarzenegger's career. It led to T2, which was just like this massive cultural phenomenon. You don't have to look very hard to find the flaws in this movie, but like, kind of why would you? Like, do you hate being entertained? Like, this is an entertaining movie on its face. Don't look for the hard stuff. Like, just enjoy it and be glad that it exists and that it helped to inform however many movies thereafter that have come and done the sci-fi thing, have done the slasher thing, have done the action thing, the Arnie thing. Like, yeah.
All of this stuff, just so many movies built off of this thing, but Terminator itself was created building off so many other things that have come before it as well. I think that's incredibly just important to understand about like just any film that we cover is all these things kind of exist on like a continuum, and that continuum particularly would kind of just what this is, the things it evolved from and what it evolved into is just especially interesting for this movie in this period of time.
So two more things from me. One, this is just and I've said this before, and I'm sure I'll say it a bunch more. This is just another example of how great a 90-minute movie can be. Why do we not make 90-minute like tight movies like this anymore? Like, just you don't need 2.5-hour epics, 3-hour epics. You don't need Avatar Part 12. Like, you don't need this shit. Just make a cool movie that's in and out, beat some people up in the middle, show Arnie's dong, and move on. That's all we need. Wait, are we on?
Wait, what was that? You said
I said show Arnie's long shit.
What? Oh.
It sounds like you said penis.
What's the line from Young Frankenstein? He must have a gigantic Schwanzstücke.
Exactly.
All right.
That's all we need.
Supposedly it's only like the little bit of a waggly tail. I apparently can't see that in like the VHS copies of that.
But once you get it into 4K, it really.
Uh-huh.
All I heard was it looks like a hairless cat. Meow.
Maybe that's the cat the guy was talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody had cats. Nobody had cats in 1984. It was all quirky pets like iguanas.
That's right. And then the only other thing I have to ask, to answer rather, is Andy's Box Lunch, 3.5 stars.
Ah, right on.
Woo.
At some point, I'm going to start on Letterboxd. I've decided already. I'm going to start ranking the movies Andy has seen in 2026 on his behalf, based on what my best guess of his overall ranking is. It's that or look for a job. I got to do one or the other.
Yeah. Listen,
Naveen, let's go to you.
Way more entertaining. Way more entertaining than the latter.
You have to have fun.
Yeah.
Naveen, going to you. General impressions.
It's still a fantastic movie. Aside from that, again, one big glaring flaw of the movie. Even they tried to address it at the end.
It gives you a headache thinking about it too much.
Yeah, but overall, yes. Basically, whatever the other three have said, just a great movie. It just, even what you have said, Johnny, just kind of keeps you moving the 90 minutes, and it just pulls you right in. The effects are pretty awesome. Even the futuristic scenes I thought were really neat. You could tell that it was like a movie screen in some points, but the way they superimposed it.
As much money as Cameron had, we're not going to come up with anything that would be shit.
No, but I'm just saying, even though you could tell now, but it was neat how they kind of made it look like, there was the one scene where there's kind of like mountains of something, and then there's just this little bit of screen going on with whatever action was going back there. It was just kind of neat.
Yeah.
And really well done the way they put that together. And the Terminator parts, even the whole Arnie's mask where he's ripping out his, human eye, so to speak, and then it shows
good.
The robot eye. It was just awesome. And just the whole idea of him, Michael Biehn, trying to protect Sarah Connor, and all those things, just really a lot of fun to watch, and good action scenes.
And then Sarah Connor going, I can't wait to make love to this guy who has never been to a dentist.
I love how she lost her virginity to a guy named Kyle. Why? It's a weird choice.
Can we just end the podcast there? We're not going to get any funnier than that tonight, guys.
No.
That's top of the heap.
So Andy will be happy about that. We're ending it at 8:30.
Listen, it's possible to get it right in 30 minutes, 22 minutes.
True.
Even,
That's
or whatever
right.
the hell it is.
Hey, give us a challenge.
Yeah. I've just decided we need to re-record Chinatown with we need to have a 45-minute Eric post credit. Just defending Polanski or something else. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of funny though, because Johnny, you had mentioned what was the producer's name that later became James Cameron's wife?
Robert Evans.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that's kind of funny too, as well, because a little Vigo's toes. The date that Linda Hamilton got broken off, you heard the voice on the answer machine,
right?
Well, that was James Cameron's voice, and James Cameron and Linda Hamilton actually ended up getting married later on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Also, I mentioned this earlier, but also his producer and co-writer Gail Ann Hurd.
That's the one I was asking about.
Yeah. It's almost like Big Jim's kind of like a difficult guy to live with. Still intense.
Don't they say like don't eat where you shit? Is that the phrase? Don't shit where you eat.
Don't shit where you eat. Yeah.
There we go.
They do say that. That's not usually in regard to dating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just figure when you're making a movie, just
right.
Keep it PC.
Right. Just
So it looks
strange
like James Cameron's been married 5 times. So far.
Yeah. You don't call him James, by the way. You call him Big Jim.
Big Jim. Sorry.
Big Jim. That's what the ladies call him.
Only the cat owners will like understand this. But when you see your cat doing a stretch, you got to say, "Oh, big stretch." But and we see a picture of James Cameron, you got to be like, oh, Big Jim.
Oh, Big Jim.
Just start doing it. It'll make your life like a lot better. General impression for me. This just I'm not going to buck any trends here. This movie was so entertaining to watch. Similar for me. This is a film I saw a single time, and I want to say like 1991. Way too young to see it, which is a little. I've talked about my parents were like a little careful, a little kind of restrictive with the movies that they can watch. But I think Dad just kind of brought this one home one day, just kind of just threw it on. It's just like, hey, just check this one out. Don't tell your mother, yada yada.
This is amazing. You still haven't seen Back to the Future.
Not all the way through.
I haven't seen so many amazing films.
Yeah. The interesting thing
before me.
The interesting thing about this is like I realized I had just about every single scene of this movie, scene for scene, like word for word in my head. Like, because this was such an unusual film for its time for my parents to let me watch. I was really locked in. I'm like, I gotta put everything in my head, like what's happening right now.
Did you say this was way before T2? Sorry.
Yeah. I would have seen it before T2. I saw T2 on video pretty late. Liked it quite a bit. I haven't revisited T2 in like a long time, but I almost kind of feel to myself, like I almost feel like, at least for me, my kind of taste in movies at this point, I might even kind of enjoy Terminator at this age a little bit more than Terminator 2. I wrote down kind of this point. This is a horror film. Lean, low budget, sleek. I had in my notes thinking about other James Cameron movies. All video games at this point look like Aliens, and all Marvel movies at this point look like Terminator 2. That's kind of a thought I had in my head the entire time. Like T2 is a classic for obvious reasons, but I think they kind of took that exact motif and which is like the meta dialogue and the plucky teenager and it just kind of complicated mythology, but not too complicated. Like the way it would sort of oscillate and how it was kind of careful about innocent bystanders and everything else. We have about 1,000 different kind of comic book movies and other sorts of movies these days because of T2. Terminator 1 for me, I'm like, this is a much less represented kind of version of the thing overall, and I found the film kind of fascinating. I kind of revisit because of that.
I'm so curious to watch T2 sometime after this, just to see A, if it holds up, but B, how it connects to the original.
This movie was kind of really interesting in like a lot of different ways. Like I don't know why I was so fixated on Sarah and Ginger and the iguana and Ginger's crazy horny boyfriend at the beginning of this movie, but a thing that I kind of had in my head this entire time was just like, man, this is how good of a writer Cameron and his partner at the time was. It's like they could have come up with these characters and probably stopped and had a pretty good movie just in and of itself, right?
I mean, also imagine too the iguana. You didn't bring up the iguana. Imagine how much his eyes have seen. So much sex in that apartment.
Why do you think he was getting out of the cage? He had to get a better view.
His portrait was.
Yeah, Linda Hamilton picks him up and he just has his mouth wide open. He's just like, I can't take that back. Like it's just seared in my eyes.
He's like, I'm cold-blooded and this is too hot.
Somebody turn a fan on in here.
Open a fucking window.
I will say this very, very quickly. We brought this up on the Hundreds of Beavers episode a few months back. But I said something that I did not quite understand in my youth about the merchant's daughter in Hundreds of Beavers that was either flirting with John Kayak or constantly trying to get him killed. And it sort of made me think of like a thing I would hear from older guys when I was young of like, that is too much woman. That is too much woman right there. And I didn't kind of understand at the time, but now being older, I'm like, that merchant's daughter was too much woman. Ginger bangs her super muscly boyfriend that in Top Gun played the character Slider. He immediately passes out. She doesn't take out her headphones the entire time. She gets up. She's still dancing. Goes into the kitchen, makes a Dagwood sandwich, and drinks like an entire glass of milk. That is too much woman.
That did a body great.
Way too much woman. Any of us. Let's go on to talking points. The Terminator has a lot of biblical references strewn throughout the film. What are some that you picked up on? Napone, let's start with you for this.
Lots. I'm not sure that's a lot, but I picked up a lot on the basic ones, like Linda Hamilton being like the Virgin Mary, with the having the savior of the world being born under
the mundane woman in a mundane existence.
Yeah.
Them
going to hiding at the end would be similar to Jesus going to hide, or Mary taking Jesus to go into hiding from the Egyptians, the king of Egypt at the time.
Sure.
I mean, your standard good versus evil type stuff. And then lastly, kind of the Terminator, like changing his voice, can be considered. Someone tried to deceive someone.
Oh,
I had on that. Is it the devil speaks in tongues or something?
Kinda, yeah.
Satan is.
I'm not a religious man, so.
Yeah. Who would like to add to that?
I'll go quick because I don't know much about the Bible. So I had some of those things. The other things was just the end of days, basically. Like they were talking about the nuclear thing. We're like, we don't know who set it off, as he's telling the story. So just things being desolated and apocalyptic, basically. And only a few survivors.
The sequel is literally called Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, yeah.
Judgment Day, right. Yeah. So that's was my little addition there, was just the end of days, apocalypse, and all that stuff.
Nice.
I got one.
You call it out.
Okay, so maybe I don't know if it's the same one, but Reese is pretty much an angel.
Archangel Gabriel.
Yeah,
Really?
he arrives from another world. In this case, the future, and he's got a singular mission: protect the chosen mother and ensure the birth of the savior.
Yeah.
I almost thought he was Joseph. Maybe he
because he wasn't a cuck.
Combination of both.
Yeah.
Kind of a combination of both, yeah. At one point too, I also thought he was kind of, because he knocks her up. So I'm like, I didn't read the Bible, but I guess God put the baby in Mary's tummy. So
you didn't have sex with her.
He's like, first the woman drinks a tall glass of milk.
I put my seed in the Terminator robot, and then he infiltrates Linda Hamilton. Right. They had to cut it out just for time.
These guys to be Arrow Guard
an hour and a half.
That's in the Bible.
Yeah, I'm sure it's in the Bible. It's in the back half.
Right.
It's not in the Bible. The penguins, they do it. You watch the penguins do it. No, nobody knows that sketch.
No.
Sounds fun.
The state, yeah. The state.
Is that DreamWorks movie Surf's Up? Is that what that's from?
No, MTV.
That's the George Miller thing about the dancing penguin.
Okay.
And he's a theater reviewer.
State, they're like, we got to go watch the monkeys do it.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. Go watch the penguins. It's not in the Bible. You can't watch the penguins do it.
You know what they say? Don't shit what you eat.
Again, not about dating. One of my favorite Sopranos lines is Tony is yelling at a subordinate, but he's like, you don't shit where you eat, and you especially don't shit where I eat.
Oh, that's devious. I like that.
That's a bar.
All right. I want to call it the obvious one.
JC?
John Connor's initials are JC.
That's our James Cameron.
Oh,
snap.
Yes.
I like it.
Okay. Big JC.
John Connors.
JC's got a God complex.
He's like, man, I'd really like to hook up with Linda Hamilton. And then you look at his Wikipedia page. He's like, yeah, done that.
Right.
I got to call it this other one too. And this is not from the first film. It's apparently from the sixth film. In the movie Terminator: Dark Fate, there's a line from this woman, Grace. She's talking to Sarah Connor, and she says, "If your mother Mary, why do I want to beat the shit out of you right now?" Kind of fun.
Okay.
I don't know why they waited till the 6th movie to say that.
They had ran out of all other ideas.
Yeah, they're like, after 5 movies, people kind of picked up on it that she's Mary.
I would build on kind of like an earlier point, but there's also the I think the explicitly King Herod, when he realized that there was a like a Jewish Messiah prophesied to be born, he ordered a purge of all the male babies in Bethlehem. You can say that there's a bit of an overlap there to like the T-800 sort of going through all 3 Sarah Connors in the phone book. This is like, let's systematically make absolutely sure that this doesn't happen. Yeah.
Why do they all think
also-
of going into the phone book in the movie? All 3 of them. Sarah Connor goes to the phone book. All 3 of them.
They go back to that phone book an awful lot.
Yeah,
This is pre-internet days, so this is all they had.
true.
But also, in this is a way that time travel is not usually represented. It's not done by like a DeLorean or some clockwork steampunk device or anything else. It's just both the Terminator and Kyle Reese show up naked after a bolt of lightning kind of comes down from like the heavens. So again, sort of like a bolt of lightning. Yeah. Is that also from the state?
No, Back to the Future.
I haven't seen it. I've heard it's good.
It was in the novelization, don't worry.
It was a big line. Yeah, should have been another thing.
Cameron coined the term. We'll go back one real quick. So let's kind of talk like sort of like the genre of this thing like a little bit. We already mentioned Cameron, his love of Carpenter. In fact, he idolized Halloween. He worked on Escape from LA, which I'm sure was a massive inspiration for like a lot of this movie. But do you consider the Terminator to be a slasher film? Do you think Cameron could have turned the Terminator into a horror franchise instead? What would that have looked like?
So
Let's start with you. Andy, go ahead.
Okay, so I think it has all the kind of the slasher DNA in there.
Mhm.
It's the unstoppable killer, the single female target, body count, with like big set pieces with huge body counts. The non-stopping pursuit, all that kind of stuff. But I don't actually consider it a slasher film. I think it's because I think it's more than just that. It's kind of a little bit of a number of different things. I mean, it's slasher film, it's horror film, it's action movie, it's noir, it's drama, it's maybe a little bit of comedy. Not a lot of comedy, but maybe a little bit.
That big glass of milk was pretty funny to me.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just it's kind of a lot of different things. I don't think that Cameron should have turned it into a horror franchise because look, he kind of nailed it with this first one, and then in the second one with T2, he makes this big like blockbuster sci-fi action special effects thing that was also incredible and made outshine the original. I think the fact that it's not a horror franchise is actually what makes the series kind of so iconic.
Right.
It kind of dips into a bunch of different genres instead of just sticking with the same formulaic, thing.
It would have been a much more niche franchise had it been a purely horror thing. Is what you're saying?
I agree. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Napoleon, anything to add to that?
I could see how you would say the slasher film. I agree with Andy that I don't think it technically is, and probably a good idea that Cameron didn't go down that road. It wouldn't be as beloved. Now, as far as comedy, I think it had a lot of comedy in it, but I think that's just because I have weird humor. I thought
a lot of it just Sarah and Ginger putting enough hairspray in to open like a hole in the ozone over Greenland.
But that was the 80s, so
yeah.
Napoleon,
Very funny.
Napoleon, would you say you Ericked while you watched this?
I probably did, Eric. Yeah. I
What's
completely
Eric?
did Eric.
You shit yourself? You just
Eric.
So we put
Yeah,
put on Chinatown.
Right.
Um,
Isn't that the definition you gave, Eric, of your name?
oh,
Eric,
that's right. Yeah.
where you laugh at something that's probably
Yeah, super inappropriate. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
I
I tried,
don't-
tried to throw
yeah.
it back, but
I
I
just
bombed.
Eric about Ericing.
I thought
That
it was
was
funny
at
that
the end of the episode. Nobody's memory was working. Like nobody's. Yeah.
That's the end of most episodes. You'd think we would stop at like an hour and a half. We just keep going until they tell us.
It reads like a transcript of blackout drunks. You're just like, I don't remember talking about any of this.
I think that's some of our best material, though. Just
I wish we had been there for it.
Yeah.
Other horror thoughts.
Napoleon, were you done?
I was just gonna say, like the funny parts to me were he's going into this big truck and driving towards Sarah Connor, and she's dodging between these twigs of trees, thinking those things are gonna protect her from this car. I'm like, what is going on? And then Kyle puts the bomb in the tailpipe of the thing and jumps in to protect himself in a garbage thing. He's like, you just sent a bomb towards the person you're trying to protect.
Right.
And you saved yourself by jumping into a garbage can. I was like, that's kind of funny.
I like how she was like lightly jogging too. She's like, I'm gonna make a mistake. I'll be fine.
They could have sent that scene to Tiffany and it still probably would have worked. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add to the horror thing. Just I agree that this one has a lot of those elements, and it seems like it, considering all the things Andy had mentioned. But I'm glad he just kind of went away from that, as opposed to it becoming another Friday the 13th or Halloween, when it just became this campy thing that had happened. I think the other element is that this concept is actually more realistic, I would say, than a Jason coming to life.
Things you just kind of accept in those kinds of movies are actually explained. Like, how do they magically just kind of keep getting back up, or how do they kind of know where the other, where like the sexy teenagers are actually kind of heading to? Like, I do like that it doesn't rely on the magic serial killer trope, like a lot of that a lot of the horror from this era actually does.
Right. So that'd be my other thing, and it's grounded in more realistic, like something like this could happen where the robots attack us and they can just keep coming,
right,
and be rebuilt. It's like you just build another one and send it back, as opposed to like,
it's not like we have AI systems that have been proven to not like people, and it's not like we have unmanned drones that have killed thousands, and it's not like we have ... Papa, as the horror expert, how about yourself?
Watch this movie as research for next year.
It's not like we don't have factories of robots building other robots already. Wait a minute.
AI plotting our death with poison or disease.
It's also quite interesting, just the timing of the dates in the movie itself, and how close they align with where we're at right now in 2028, and just all this. It's like, oh fuck me, like. Too soon, too close to home, too real.
One of my absolute favorite tweets I've ever seen is it was from a year or two ago, but it said every tech company this year, every one of their big announcements has sounded like, we've decided to build the Terror Matrix, from the beloved 70s classic novel, Don't Build the Terror Matrix.
Yeah, pretty soon we're also going to get some kind of an announcement that there's going to be this brand new theme park that they're opening up on this island where there's dinosaurs or something. That's going to be the next thing we're going to hear about.
Right.
I'm still waiting for them to develop the kill booths from Futurama that Bender tries to kill himself in. Do you guys remember this? It's like in the very first episode of Futurama.
The first 5 minutes of the series pilot, which is sort of amazing.
It's a designated kill booth. Looks like a phone booth. You just walk in and choose your method of death, and we're getting there, folks. Don't worry.
Like like shoes. You said booths, like a phone booth.
Yeah, booths.
Booths.
Right.
Booths.
Those would be wildly profitable.
Right.
Just saying.
Cameron
Yeah.
coined the term tech noir while making the Terminator, used for both the nightclub name and to describe the film's mix of noir and sci-fi genres. We've been doing, this is our second kind of cycle about noir film, which we have established, it's kind of most famously as like a Chinatown thing of a gumshoe going around a shady city trying to piece like a mystery together. But do the noir elements here match like the vague definitions we've been using, which is like the very famous two French critics who just kind of called the best way to define American noir as films that are, quote, dreamlike, strange, erotic, ambivalent, and cruel. Does the Terminator fall into that umbrella?
Yeah. Go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna say, yeah, I agree with that. If you imagine seeing this, not knowing everything you know about the Terminator, I can see how you're just like, how does this guy keep coming back? Like, how can they not kill off Arnie? And then you learn he's a robot, and you're like, oh shit! And it's like a whole new twist to it. But you're still trying to figure out what the hell is going on with this other guy that appeared from the future. There's just
somehow the less crazy of the two.
Yeah, there's just so many mysteries that you're waiting to kind of like figure out, to piece together the whole story. And so you just keep hanging on there to see what's going to happen. I just love like ineffective the police are in this, by the way. Or they have like the negotiator guy, and he's just like making fun of Kyle Reese, and he's just like, he keeps prompting him like, okay, so tell me in this future.
The psychologist who's like, this would make a great sci-fi story. This guy's really fun.
They're talking to the negotiator, like, man, look at this guy. He's a fucking master. He knows everything he needs to say to get this guy to keep like talking this nonsense.
Right.
Yeah, they all get murdered, which is great revenge. But there's also the fact that
before you go on,
before you go,
I watched it really closely to find out, because that psychologist guy is also in the second one. And it's
is
just,
he really?
Yeah, he is, and the exact same actor and everything too. And it's just awesome because they cross paths but don't actually see each other, which makes it even better that he's in the second one.
Oh wow!
And it's fantastic. Yeah, because the doctor's leaving the police station as Arnie's coming in to do the "I'll be back" and break in, and he doesn't cross paths and see him. And then he's in the second one, and then he finally sees this whole thing. Oh man, that was awesome.
Jim, he doesn't miss.
Yeah, this movie also gave me like Blade Runner vibes as well.
Sure.
And again, that ties into the whole tech noir thing.
Yeah,
you're trying to figure out.
Blade Runner had just come out like a year or two kind of prior. Didn't have the name at the time, but it describes exactly the thing I think they're trying to encapsulate there.
Yeah, but like you mentioned with the definition, I mean, unescapable feeling of dread. Most of this takes place at night, under just like neon lights, street lights. And again, it's just like whatever you think is going to happen about the film is not necessarily true. Things keep kind of changing as you go along, and then your brain adjusts to it. And yeah, there's loopholes and stuff, or there's like holes in it and stuff like that. But I mean, there's a lot I didn't question by the end when I got like a full picture, where I'm like, how can you go and bang John Connor's mom, even though you're meeting adult John Connor, and you go into the future and impregnate her, and then you meet your son again in the future, and just keep repeating over and over again.
Yeah.
I just stopped. I'm like, how are they gonna? I'm like, I saw it coming a mile away, and I'm like, okay, he's definitely gonna bang Linda Hamilton. What's gonna happen? How are they gonna justify this? And they're like, well, they kill him off. So, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. I don't need to know.
But it's kind of neat at the end though, because she's talking into the recorder and stuff. It's like, all right, we got to bring it up.
Again, that's some pretty great screenwriting right there. She's like, you know what? I can't figure it out myself. I'm not even going to worry about it.
Yeah.
But she's like, it'll make your head spin. Just keep going in circles thinking about it, and it's like that's what my head's doing. Like now, like how does this work? You know,
the kid in Mexico takes the picture too.
Yeah,
and he haggles for price, and then I'm like, oh, there's the picture.
Yeah. there may be something for me about kind of seeing this movie really, really young, and it was not typically the kind of thing that my parents allowed me to like watch. So I was just, like I said earlier, was so locked into it. There is a kind of a dream state element of this movie, and this hopefully not stepping on any egos, but Carpenter himself got the idea for this movie after getting food poisoning in Italy and dreaming about the torso of a big scary robot coming after him with kitchen knives. That was like literally the first image he had for this film, and he kind of worked his way backwards. There was a very common thing, dreams, I think, in any age, but kind of children in particular, where there is something kind of scary coming after you, and you can't get help. You can't tell an adult. You can't get anybody to believe you that this thing is real, and like that this thing is actually happening. And I think that this movie, better than maybe anything else, just kind of does capture this feeling of that being alone, being hunted by something, trying to get help, and it just somehow not working every single time. The midpoint of this movie, he will wade through you and reach down her throat to pull out her fucking heart. Arnie comes. He kills off the 30 or so police in like those barracks. And, the real world situation would be, okay, now 30 police, an entire LA police barracks was just shot up. The entirety of the National Guard is showing the army is coming in. Everybody's going to figure out what's going on. And in the dream logic of this movie, Arnie goes after they finally gone to the police and she's finally been protected. She's supposed to be safe. Arnie goes, he's killed off these 30 or so cops. He's basically obliterated the entire LAPD because you don't see anything again like the entire movie. That's one of the things I think the movie does so fantastically is just is like the way it just kind of, it captures that sort of dream logic.
I just want to add too. Do you remember the scene in the shootout at the barracks? That one guy is like fleeing, he gets shot in the ass. If that was me shooting the guy straight in the ass for the kill, I'd be high-fiving myself. I'd just be like, stop, give me a second. Yes.
Wait, choose your own adventure. Fuck you, asshole. By the way, little statistic for this film. There's some controversy on the exact number of kills. 39 is the minimum acknowledged number, but 39 to 45 on-screen kills is what's kind of been reportedly tallied for the sickos that track this kind of thing.
Nobody like that here. No.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on sort of like the noir elements?
I think the only thing I have to add to that is going into it, I actually kind of, there was a part of me that was like, oh man, I wonder if this actually fits the cycle theme. Like, I don't really know if this is really a noir movie, because in my head, a noir movie is a detective with a hat and a dame and all that kind of stuff. But man, if you really
two Korean lesbians being threatened by an octopus.
Right, that too. But if you look at it through like just the dreamlike, strange, erotic, ambivalent, cruel lens, like it absolutely checks every one of those boxes in spades. And so, yeah, I guess it is a noir movie. So
yeah,
I had my doubts, but yeah, well done. Good choice.
Yeah. You got to think too. It's like the very beginning where they set it up. It's like, who is this mysterious killer that's killing all these people named Sarah Connor?
Yeah.
They have no idea. They have no way of tracking them down.
Yeah. Just the erotic relationship of, wearing headphones or having sex with a future person and being the father of.
I love the element of this movie of just like, we want to represent how humanity has already become addicted to machines and it's kind of cut them off from other people. But it was 1984, so all they had were like Walkman headphones and answering machines. It's the only way they could represent it at this point. All right, so next talking point. The original movie was popular, but its mega hit sequel casts a long shadow over it. Could Terminator 2 Judgment Day be considered a reboot of the Terminator?
Yeah. I got this question just watching it, and mostly from the end. Because at the end, he gets on that oil tanker, starts chasing it down. That same thing happens at the end of T2. It drives, it crashes, it bursts open, and the Terminator walks through the fire and comes out as the
Sarah
exit gun.
Connor seeing the T-800 for the first time in Tech Noir. Basically, when she's in the insane asylum in the second movie, there's that exact moment when they make eye contact the first time.
Yeah. The whole ending scene. It's in a T1. It's in a factory, and you get smashed. In T2, it's also a factory, but it's more of a smelting or metallurgy, whatever they're doing there, kind of factory setup. So it just seemed like he was trying to reboot it. I mean, obviously you've got the storyline that stays the same. Sorry, Eric, little spoiler, because I think you mentioned looking at the connections, the connection of the Terminator getting squashed in the second one. The arm comes back because the arm was the only thing that was preserved, and part of the brain chip that was in the in the head, they were able to preserve that after being smashed in the second one. So it just, those kind of connections are there, but overall it kind of felt like it may have been a reboot with him rehashing a lot of the scenes that he did before.
I've got I've got 8 more years of computers and CGI technology to work with now. I got like about 100 times the budget that I did for like the first one.
Right. Which is kind of neat and strange at the same time that it's being a sequel, but watching Terminator 1 this time, it kind of felt like T2 was a reboot.
I feel like they have to do those kind of things, especially when you have so much time between the first one and the second one. I mean, you got to think like 1984, all of us were like 4 or 5 years old. So being older and being able to finally see T2, you need to have like a way to like reintroduce you to the characters and kind of understand where the plot is, and also kind of continue on from like the previous one. So I feel like you're going to get a lot of like that first one kind of funneling into the second one. But then taking what works in like the previous film and then, applying all this money and like, technology and stuff like that to add to special effects and all that. I think, you got to kind of give the old fans, a taste of what they want, and then the new fans something to kind of like pull them in.
Well, and how many sequels have we seen that are, basically just a direct rehashing of the original, the original movie? Like
the same or worse for the most part.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not disagreeing with the thought that T2 might be a reboot. I never really thought about it until that question got posed this afternoon on the group thread. But I guess the counterpoint could be made, like, that happened. It still happens, but especially back then it happened all. You think about like Home Alone 2 is basically Home Alone 1 just in a different spot. You think about, I don't know, I can't think of another example off the top of my head.
Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Yeah. Thank
you.
you.
Sure. Perfect. Yeah.
So
Avatar 3.
Right.
Here's another huge thing to consider. Cameron's original script for the Terminator had a second Terminator come back in time that was liquid metal and could change shape. He wanted.
I didn't know that.
He wanted to do that shit from the jump. And I think when you looked at like the money that he had, and especially it was 1984. I mean, he's just like, yeah, we could maybe form a puddle. We could film like a puddle and like kind of just kind of put some like, googly eyes on it or something.
Thermometers are expensive.
Right.
The 80s. You could buy Uzis, but thermometers,
Right.
Yeah, that was actually kind of my Vigo's toes. So and while we're on it, James Cameron's original story idea was much more elaborate, involved Skynet sending 2 Terminators back in time. The first one was a cyborg that would be defeated by a human, also sent back in time. The Resistance actually sent 2 men, but one was to die during the time travel. A second Terminator, one consisting of liquid metal that would be able to shapeshift, would be sent by Skynet in response, reluctantly, as it is so experimental that it may alter the past beyond Skynet's intentions. Cameron briefly considered claymation and dark shots to portray this shapeshifter, but he soon realized that the concept was too ambitious for what he could achieve with contemporary techniques. He also knew that his reputation at the time wasn't big enough to sell a story of such scope to a studio, so he used only the first half of it. When a completely computer-generated special effect proved to be a success in Cameron's The Abyss, he revived the idea of the liquid Terminator for the second one.
Mhm. So the pitch Naveen just gave. Imagine all that, but being yelled at you by a guy in scuba gear. That's like a whole big gym experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on that, let's get into kind of trivia and Vigo's toes. Napoleon, did you have anything you want to start us off with?
I had a couple things that we kind of talked about it with the whole reboot thing too. Is like the ending of Terminator 2 was supposed to kind of happen in Terminator 1, where they blow up the Cyberdyne technology office, and they kind of pulled back from it for just kind of having too much in the movie. I think that was like the biggest one I got. I kept on reading about O.J. Simpson, but that seems like that's a lie. It's not a true thing that was happening.
Oh, that's been discredited, the OJ thing.
Yes, yeah.
What was the OJ thing?
That
Yeah, I
he
didn't
was
see
supposed
that.
to be the Terminator.
Oh,
It was brought up on the rewatchables as if it was real, but like the way they explained it is like, yeah, OJ actually auditioned for the part of the Terminator, but Cameron didn't like him for the part because he thought like nothing about this guy kind of really came off as a murderer. That makes sense. That's actually.
I heard about. Yeah,
Yeah.
Was it? He was too nice or something?
Something. Yeah. He was the Heisman winner and the Hertz weren't good. Like none of that shit was true to begin with. This is what it sounds like.
And then
Very, very funny though.
All I could see would be the Naked Gun, his Naked Gun character being the Terminator.
What Norbert?
Yeah.
the last one I had was just that they did a guerrilla kind of filming where he didn't get permission to film in a lot of these spots, and we're just like filmed and then ran away before the cops showed up. So I think that probably added to a lot of the suspense in the movie,
Right.
as well.
The fact everyone is so jittery is
We got to do this quick.
Yeah,
All right.
I had that one too. And
Get
then
your prop guns ready.
Right.
They're doing a shotgun shootout in the garage.
yeah,
All right, go.
I had that one too. And then in the ending scene where they were filming in the desert there, the police did come and show up, but the producer wife there talked them out. They're like, "Oh, we're just UCLA students filming something for a class," and they're like, "Oh, okay, you're good."
Right. And then Cameron was like, "I'm
Come
marrying
on.
that woman for a couple of years."
Just for a couple of years, though.
Then I'm marrying that woman over there.
Yeah. Then the other one.
I'll take
He's
that
like,
one
thing
and
one
that
and
one.
thing two.
$4.
So
$4, please.
I had alluded to this a little bit earlier, but apparently Schwarzenegger had his eyebrows insured at Lloyd's of London because he was afraid that they wouldn't grow back after shaving them off.
Really?
Supposedly. I mean, take it with a grain of salt, but that's at least the rumor.
So he actually shaved his eyebrows.
He actually shaved his eyebrows off. And the thing that jumped out at me in that scene more than the eyebrows was up until that point, he kind of had like sort of like longer hair. And then after he comes out of the fire, I think the implication is that like he basically burned most of his hair off, inclusive of his eyebrows, of course. But I just couldn't get over the haircut that he ended up with after the fire. It was like a mullet / afro. I don't even know what the hell it was.
This movie does the best battle damage I think we've seen in anything we've covered since probably Road Warrior, of just kind of tracking how these people got hurt, how they got fucked up, and keeping it consistent for like the rest of the film.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Another one that I thought was
back to horror. I was going to say, call back to horror. That's what you usually see with those kind of films like Michael Myers or Jason. They just get like fucking, I don't know, stabbed in the face or the shit being out of them or dismembered. And then they just keep going.
Yeah.
Right. But that's one of the hardest things about the production of these things is you have to kind of like the costuming and the makeup and the effects stuff. Like so much effort and it kind of goes to like, we have to sort of be consistent. If we show Arnie getting a part of his face kind of burnt up in one scene, that makeup has to be done consistently and lit consistently for every single like remaining scene that we have in the film.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, gotta shave your eyebrows again. Oh, come on, I did it once. And
Yeah.
no, do it again. We got to keep going. We got
I
3 more
have to
weeks.
call my Lloyd's guy.
Give me a Lloyd's.
Another fun one is the movie was originally released in Poland under the title The Electronic Murderer.
All right. Isn't the Terminator like a word in Polish that means something like really, really benign?
Yeah,
What's
it means so, and ultimately after several years and this kind of becoming a cultural phenomenon and all that kind of stuff, I guess it was re-released in Poland, or like they changed the VHSs or the DVDs or whatever to being called the Terminator. But yes,
Terminator 2 was released in Poland as Terminator 2.
correct.
All right, with that makeup and stuff, this was pretty funny. Arnold actually went to lunch in downtown LA, forgetting he still had the makeup on. He had the missing eye, the burnt flesh, the exposed jawbone as he walked into this little restaurant.
Gonna have the Waldorf salad.
How do you forget that?
Can I get the tea tuna melt?
The tea una melt.
Who wants to do the Soldier of Fortune trivia? Because it's so.
I don't have that. I have 3 other
I don't
things.
have that
And
one.
none
Yeah.
of them are that.
I don't have that one.
I don't have that one
No.
either. Yeah.
Let me knock off that one real quick. Arnie spent a straight month practicing with guns, heavy duty stuff, loading and reloading. He got training for when you watch like the attack at the police barricade, like the way he sort of looks around and kind of clears every corner that he goes through. He got like kind of special SWAT training for that, of like how you would actually make your way through like a building. Soldier of Fortune magazine generally, I guess, has a monthly column like the worst gun execution of like handling and reloading and firing. They always have like I guess like a critical thing that they would do in every issue of their magazine. They specifically praised Arnie in this one because his kind of handling of kind of heavy duty firearms was as good as it actually was.
Huh.
High praise. And you got to figure that Predator and T2 and about like your Red Dawns and Raw Deals and like 1,000 or so other of these fucking things that he did afterwards.
Commando, yeah.
Yeah. That was probably like a big sort of career boon for him.
True.
God, what can't he do? He can wield a broadsword. He can disassemble a gun.
Think about going to another country, and this is Bill Burr a bit, but like think about going to another country, getting famous for working out, breaking into acting, becoming a millionaire several times over, and then marrying into the country's respective royalty.
And then becoming a governor.
Yeah.
You're right.
And then knocking up the maid.
Well,
Well,
the point that the Bill Burr's point is like, yeah, just forget about the maid shit. Look at all this other stuff he's done.
That's a full life.
Yeah,
That's a full life.
no question. Papa, what else do you have for trivia?
All right. I'm surprised nobody mentioned these ones.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot.
Yeah, there are a lot. Yeah, that gun one too. I had read that one. I was like, that's awesome. Just blindfolding yourself and just learning how to like disassemble, reassemble a gun and load it and everything. Yeah, there. So I guess there was a famous American writer. I don't know him. Harlan Ellison. John must know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things. There was a lawsuit.
You said that with a little bit of
You did.
A tone. Yeah.
You did.
He was famous for writing the novelizations of movies.
So I wasn't going to bring it up on Mike, but Eric, when we were just chatting online earlier, and I brought up I've never seen this movie, but I had read the book. Eric literally said the exact thing he said in the Time Portal sketch, which is basically fucking liar. Why would you say that?
Yes.
And then
Yes.
I'm like the whole day, I'm just like, please let him not have read the script. Please let him not have read the script. 2 minutes before record, Eric's flipping through the script. I haven't had time to look at this thing yet.
I said that because I was so shocked. We made that. We almost made that bet last year. You were trying to make me watch Dune 2, and we had to guess some film that had scarred you for life about, what was it? A woman in the water?
No, it was a film horror movie made in the last 10 years that I would not watch. And I was going to give you guys a bunch of hints. I was really going to give you a fighting
I don't
chance.
think it was the last 10 years. I don't think that was part of the.
You didn't tell us that. That's new. That's new.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
That
We're
is
going to
new.
hone
That
in
is
on
new.
this thing, guys.
Okay, that's new. You did not tell us
Right.
within
As
the
long
last
as you
10
can get
years.
Eric to watch Dune 2 at some point, I'm into
Because
it.
it was like, no, don't redirect this. This is you. This
Okay.
is your day, buddy. We were so
This is your judgment day, buddy.
because we were chatting. We were like,
Oh.
it was all three of us were going to kind of team up to figure out what it was.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
either that I made a guess at that moment,
Right.
what it was, or each of us got our own guess.
Right.
And we're talking about it. We're like, oh my God, what are you going to guess? I don't know. And I'm like, it has to be Abyss, because in Abyss, there's that one scene where they're whatever they're in, their little underwater submarine
Submarines,
or
yeah.
whatever it is, submersible. And the mimic, the creature that's down there, kind of infiltrates their submersible, and it starts replicating their faces,
Right?
Almost like the T2 liquid robot style kind of thing, where it's really shitty CGI.
Let's go around the horn real quick. Who here has seen The Abyss?
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Saw it a long time ago.
Long time
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
I think I owned it on DVD.
I think the only thing I remember is that one classic scene with the water with
Right.
the face.
It's so
the
creepy.
book was co-written by James Cameron and Orson Scott Card, who was a hugely famous science fiction writer. And I've never seen the film. I read the book back in the day. I thought it was fantastic.
And that was great. I didn't realize. Yeah, it's co-written by James Cameron and the guy that wrote Ender's Game, which I just
Right.
read like 2 years ago.
My theory is Eric came back from like 2 hours in the future to type that one message in the group chat, fucking liar, just to make it a
Fuck
little
off.
more
I'm
confusing.
going back to 1980. I made a promise to myself in 4 years I'd watch the Terminator.
Right. Women were women. They had iguanas and drank full glasses of milk.
I just want to say this. I forgot to mention this earlier, but
Shoot.
there's only one jump scare in that entire movie that got me. And that was the scene when Ginger was going over to like the cupboard in the back, and the iguana was like crawling around up top, and they just knocked like some canned goods on her or something. She's like, ah! I legit jumped.
That's 1984, dude. You could not have a normal pet.
Like that's a horror movie.
Yeah.
And the iguana's just like, he's like, God, I saw all of it. All of it, even the sandwich or that milk.
How are you hungry? How are you this hungry?
How are you not sharing any of this food? There's so much food.
The hardest I think I laughed watching the movie is she's like she's wearing headphones the entire time during sex, and she's keeping like the Walkman headphones on, and she's dancing around in the kitchen, but she's singing the song where the only lyric in the song is just over and over. They're going intimacy.
You didn't find it funny when he turned up the volume on her Walkman when the answer machine was going off?
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
Not as much as the shit with the iguana and the sandwich. No.
I don't know who was calling, but somebody was calling when the answering machine picked up. Either was a
No.
police officer-
She Sarah was screaming, "Pick up the phone!
Yeah.
Somebody is trying to murder me!" yeah.
All right. I might as well
what's
say
the trivia?
my fun fact.
I'll
So-
show you. Shoot.
American writer Harlan Ellison he sued and won a lawsuit against James Cameron for stealing his idea, which is he pretty much considered the Terminator a ripoff of an episode he wrote for The Outer Limits back in the day. In 1964, that was titled Soldier, which is an adaptation of a short story he wrote called Soldier from Tomorrow.
Right.
They settled it out of court, so I'm not sure.
Like
how much
hugely famous
it
science
was,
fiction writer. He wrote I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. He was in the comic books for a bit. Like he wrote on Outer Limits. He wrote on Star Trek. He's like a very accomplished, like very very kind of big deal genre guy within kind of that sort of very specific space.
And did anybody notice that after they do like the title card for the Terminator, they pop, and maybe, well, on the version I watched anyway, they pop up something that says, in recognition of the works of Harlan Ellison, or
Wow.
or something like that. So they actually, that was part of the settlement, was that they had to put his name kind of ahead of, or after they do all the title cards, and James Cameron gets his name in there and everybody else, and then it basically
it's an
calls him out.
extremely weird credit. It just kind of pops up like, what
That's
does this actually mean right here?
Yeah.
He sued us, and we didn't want him to sue us more. Is basically it.
Yep.
I want to do just like a single piece of trivia, and like this is not about Terminator. It is about Big Jim, and this is a thing that's been beaten to death on other podcasts, particularly Blank Check, and it's probably not even real, but it delights me about Big Jim to no end. So I had to share it with you guys here tonight. Cameron supposedly was one like the best movie pitchers that's ever like existed in Hollywood. He would go in, and his shit would just be like, a crazy guy screaming at you about the people. It's like he knew how to sell a movie. He knew how to sell an idea. It's pitched for Ridley Scott, directed the first Alien, and he was up for the job of not just directing the second Aliens movie, but also writing the script, coming up with the concepts. And this may be apocryphal. This may be a thing that did not actually happen. But supposedly, his pitch for the sequel to Alien, he walked into like this bigwig Hollywood boardroom, and they had like the whiteboard up there. He pulled out a marker. He wrote the word Alien on the board. Original Ridley Scott hit. They wanted him to make the sequel. This is how he pitched it. He wrote down Alien, and he wrote an S at the end of Alien. Make it Aliens. Then he looked at the board. He's like, huh? And then he put 2 slashes through the S. So it was Alien dollar signs. Alien with a dollar sign. I suppose he got the movie done. Yeah.
Not bad.
I don't know that it's real. It's probably not. I just really like it.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Let's kind of wind down there. I think this is like the whole panel, effusive praise. This is a movie that's astoundingly good. Kind of lives in like a very, very long shadow of its sequel, but has so much to recommend and so much unexpected to recommend in its own right. This was a real kind of joy. Let's go on to Sorbet, and Eric, you have prepared something for us tonight.
I did. I got so excited. Like I've mentioned before, this is our first movie that we've done with an action hero of yesteryear.
One of the 80s classic guys, right?
Yeah. This is one of the first names that comes to mind when you mention like 80s action movies. We've all seen a number of his films. I thought it would be fun to put together an Arnie movie bracket. I won't say I strategically chose all the different movies competing against each other, but it just kind of worked out that way.
Sweet.
So it's about 16 movies. We're going to go through them, pick our winners. There's no categories at this point. I just kind of tried to pair some of them together with movies of a similar vein. And I thought it'd be fun. See how it goes. See which we think is the best Arnie movie from the day.
All right. And this is especially advantageous that we have the Pone here tonight, because we have like a 5-person panel. We can actually do this kind of thing effectively for once.
Tie.
We don't have to talk out the ties.
Yay.
And he's presenting, and here we go.
Here we go. You guys can see that okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So let's kick it off. I knew this episode was going to take a long time. There's so much content to go over, a lot to talk about. I thought let's just kick it off with Terminator 1 against Terminator 2. I think by this point we all kind of probably have our answers, but be fun to see how it goes anyways.
So it's just for each of these like matchups, like all 5 of us vote.
Yes.
So I would like to kick this off because I, in solidarity to T1, I think being kind of a leaner, cheaper, sort of more interesting movie, and maybe there's like a little bit of kind of like MCU fatigue, but I am going to vote for the matchup T1 and T2. I'm going to say T1 personally.
So I'm going T2, just because it holds more, I don't know, a warmer place in my heart, having seen it so many times.
That'd be my vote too. T2 for pretty much the same.
I'd have to rewatch it, T2, but I definitely watching T1. I liked it a lot more than I remember liking it previously this time around. But I'm going to stick with T2 as well.
Oh, I knew it. I think that's fair. I haven't seen T2 in ages, so I'm sure it's slightly better, a little more coherent, despite me loving so much about T1. So it is T2 for the win.
All right.
All right. We're off to a head start. Let's see. Second one. Kindergarten Cop versus Last Action Hero.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop. It's
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough one. I agree. Last Action Hero was pretty good, but there's so much good stuff in Kindergarten Cop. Like that's more quoted than anything in. I quote that more times than anything in Last Action Hero.
I always kind of bash on the high school that myself, Naveen, and Napone attended, in that we did not get sex ed until our senior year. Kindergarten Cop has the line, boys have penises and girls have vaginas. And honestly, that's more information than we were kind of really fed until about like 1997, 1998. So on top of that, I've never seen Last Action Hero. So that I think almost by default, I got to go Kindergarten Cop.
Add it to the 90s list.
Yeah.
We have a 90s list.
We already have the 80s list. Now we need the 90s list.
I could drive myself around and sort of make my own decisions in the 90s. It's not nearly there's probably like an early 90s list to be made. I think about like 95, 96 on. I'm pretty comprehensive.
Okay.
Last Action Hero is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's an interesting idea, and the way that they pull it off is really good. But Naveen, I'm with you. I still quote Kindergarten Cop like with some regularity. So yeah, that's my vote, Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, same here. I don't remember the plot of Last Action Hero, although I do remember it being, was it like a comic book movie, or some guy came out of the movies
the theater,
into real life.
Action
a
hero
movie led into real life, and okay. I just remember it was just really intense, very dark. The age we were probably at when we saw it, I can imagine that it was. Yeah,
it was like the perfect year for something like that to come out for people exactly our age.
It feels like a slightly adultish kind of movie. So I'm sure it holds up, but Kindergarten Cop, I've seen that so many times. It's not even funny.
Turns out not that really hard to do that, breaking a pencil just with your thumb. Like literally anybody can do it.
Really? Let's try it.
I'm for Kindergarten Cop as well.
Yes. How many old school pencils do you have lying around? Eric, just click on. Click on the T2 box and hit Control D. Oh, Casey. Okay, he's got it.
I don't have a mouse.
Casey.
So what do I do?
Just click on the old text box and the original. Yeah. So that's.
So they're actually grouped together. They're not split up.
I'm talking for like the winners.
The text box. He's talking about the text box. Right. So click on the text box.
Yeah.
Naveen, leave all of this in. The people wanna our process.
Yeah. Okay, listeners, here are some shortcuts. Control C, Control V. If you have a Mac, it's Command C, Command V.
I quit.
Feeling a little tired, a little logy after intercourse? Large ham and cheese sandwich, full glass of milk. Get you right back out there.
Don't forget the Walkman.
Right back into intimacy. We're vamping while Eric's trying to figure out okay, what are we doing next?
I guess we were good.
I just want to say, Big Jim wrote that script, so he knows what does a body good.
Mhm.
He's like me.
Is it being married? What does being married 9 times actually indicate? Maybe that was the problem each time.
Imagine how much milk he went through.
Imagine how anyone would smell coming back to bed.
Mm.
You always go back to the smell, Johnny. You have a big thing with sex and smell.
Boy, if I had a nickel.
I wouldn't get you very far.
I mean, I'd have 2 nickels, but that's still more than 1. It's a lot.
True.
All right. The next
matchup.
next pair. We're going with the movie I don't think any of us have seen before, and I mistook it for something different. It's called The Villain. Against
Did
the
you
movie
look up anything about
Junior.
the villain? Do you know anything about this movie?
It looks great.
It
sounds
does.
great. How have we not seen this?
Yes, we got to put that on the list, dude. Just
Yeah.
I'll add it to the list.
I did not look up anything.
heard
I
of
just saw the covers, and I'm just like, it needs to go on the list.
Yeah.
They said it's like a live action Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner movie.
Oh, all I saw was Western, a comedy Western. I'm just like, oh, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it. So I'm like, yeah, we got to put that on the list.
I am 100% sold.
One. Yeah. This will probably end up being like the thing that supplants Opportunity Knocks is like the not really the best movie we've seen on the show. But real quick, Wikipedia, 1979 American natural color Western comedy directed by Hal Needham of Rad fame, starring Kirk Douglas, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Margaret Paul Lind in his final film appearance, Foster Brooks, Ruth Buzzy, and Meg Tillis. It is a parody of Western films blending with an homage of Warner Brother cartoons Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Yes.
Say no more.
Yes. please.
You just have to say Wikipedia and be like, I'm sold.
Here's the thing. A couple years ago, I've been a couple years ago, I would have been like, the fact it has this many famous people and you've never heard of it means that it's garbage. But then we watched Valkenvania, which has an identical thing of like there's 4 of the most famous people acting in Hollywood, released in a year at like the peak of their fame. Nobody's heard of this thing. And it was one of my favorite movies we've honestly covered on the podcast. So I will, as soon as we're done here, add The Villain to our kind of like rando kind of one-off episodes.
All right. Next question. Did anybody see the movie Junior?
Yes.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I've seen clips.
I've seen.
You've seen enough.
Yeah.
You do not need to see the rest.
I can defend Junior on one level. I've seen it, I think, on a Greyhound bus. It didn't seem very good.
Mm.
Eric and I have a certain mutual friend we refer to for podcasting purposes as Max Fontaine. He comes up in every intro we do on our spin-off show. Max would do an imitation of Schwarzenegger, specifically in the movie Junior, where he would just go, "Danny, I'm having a baby." It made me laugh every single fucking time, so I'm going for Junior for this bracket.
Wow. I think he was also quoted as saying, "I'm going to be a mama too."
It's been 40 years. We're still laughing at Schwarzenegger.
Think about that. These 2 movies, they're so baffling. Like, it's, Arnold Schwarzenegger. This was put out in 1994. It's a man gets
94?
pregnant. 1994.
Wow.
His doctor is Danny DeVito.
Mhm.
Yeah,
This was kind of riding the wave of Twins being the hit that it was. Who's
Right.
who's the female lead in this one? Who's like the third? Who's the third?
Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson. Emma
Yes,
fucking
yes,
Thompson.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason why I watched it, because like, oh, Twins was fantastic.
Dude, it's also in Ivan Reitman film.
Hmm.
You feel like
And
it
again-
should be good, but it's 1994 Ivan Reitman. I don't know.
British actress, Knight of the Republic, Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
Having not seen The Villain, I'm going with The Villain, just because I did not like Junior. I didn't think Junior was very
Yeah.
good, so I'm going
Yeah.
with The Villain.
I'm gonna go with, because I've only seen clips of one. I'm gonna go with Junior, and it's specifically the clip where they show the baby with Arnold Schwarzenegger's face.
Yes, yes, that's right. That's right.
Is that a Jesus?
Yep,
It
Yes.
is. I
I
remember
don't
that.
recall that at all.
Oh my
definitely
God.
Google that, or actually maybe don't.
I don't think my bus ride was like we didn't get far enough into the movie.
Missed opportunity.
I got back
Right.
to UMass before then.
Mm.
I'm going
I'll go with
Junior
Junior.
by default.
Yeah, same
All
here.
right, there it is.
Cowards.
Hey,
Okay.
I honestly thought I was going to go the other way. That's why I'm like, this is going to be a no-brainer. Everybody's going to be like, Junior, what's that piece of trash? But no, it survives another day.
Now we have kind of the exact opposite situation here.
Ugh.
Yeah.
This one hurts my heart to have to come up with an answer to
Right.
it.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
to do it. I wanted to make it like a fair pairing. If I didn't,
This is classic Eric chaotic neutral energy right here.
Yeah.
I think Predator and Commando would have been more the natural
still-
pairing, I guess. But
Mm.
I guess.
I'm going
I don't know.
Predator.
I don't know. I surprise myself sometimes.
Hmm.
It's Running Man versus Predator.
I'm
I'm going Predator.
Predator.
These are two of my three favorite
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Arnie movies. I have to go Predator,
Wow. Okay.
but it's
Wow.
tough.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
no-
tough one for me.
Yeah. I agree. I was
Really,
like,
really tough, because Running Man is one of my all-time favorite action movies.
yeah.
But there's only
Yeah.
but I think Predator might be it's a top 5 favorite action movie period for me.
Isn't it weird how another Running Man movie was supposed to come out in the last 6 months and just never materialized, and nobody remembers
came
seeing
out.
it and made no money, and it just like this
I
Running
keep
Man.
seeing it on flights like as an
Yeah.
option, but there's other stuff.
Right, you're just gonna get a pop up.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, this is the Scott Pilgrim guy. It's probably good.
Hmm. I want to shout out. I had never actually seen the non-cable version of Predator, and I watched it for the first time just like a year or two ago. And they cut a Shane Black joke out that I wish I had had in my back pocket this entire time. I have it now, but it's a guy is going down on his girlfriend, and his girlfriend hears, "Wow, you have a giant pussy. Wow, you have a giant pussy." And his girlfriend goes, "Why did you say that twice?" And the boyfriend goes, "I didn't." Predator.
That's pretty good.
That's
Pretty good.
good.
I think Predator won it, but I was going to choose Running Man.
I was too.
Right. Yeah.
I have.
Oh, it's 2 to
soft spot for
3.
Running Man.
2 to 3.
That was close.
Yeah.
Man, I love Running Man.
They're both so good.
Yeah.
Nope, other way around. Predator.
Oh, sorry.
No, right. Dune. Space.
Yeah.
Dune.
No. Avatar.
That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, it really is. I refuse.
I know.
All right. I think this is a fairer one. True Lies versus Total Recall.
Total Recall.
I'm gonna go with Total Recall too.
This is the
Same.
third of my favorite
Right.
Arnie movies, Total Recall.
Same, Total Recall.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
didn't take me 2 weeks to think about the answer.
Mm-mm.
Total Recall, but the shout out of when I was thinking about this matchup, the clip that I watched was from True Lies of Arnie and 90s girl of my heart, Tia Carrere, dancing the tango together. It has to be True Lies, but
Man, I forgot about that scene.
yeah.
True Lies was a great movie, but
Yep,
it does
It
not.
was.
It does
Yeah.
not. Does not.
Yeah.
Beat Total Recall.
I mean, this is
I mean, Johnny.
Yeah.
Tia Carrera or
Uh-huh.
3 boobs.
both
That's
good.
one more boob.
True. That's
Both
true.
good.
One extra boob than Tia Carrera has.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah,
As-
but
You
she
don't
can
need
dance,
it, but you get it.
She can
Mhm.
tango. She can play bass. She
Yeah.
seems like
But that's
she's into real sad white guys. Like
It's a different movie, though.
Yeah,
You
it's
can't conflate
movie
the
of my
two.
life.
Would
Yeah.
would you rather hear somebody play flawless bass
Oh.
or somebody fuck up bass because they have an extra tit? I
That's
think
an
I think-
age-old
I have a
question.
story about the Shibuya Ruby Room. I'll tell off. I can't tell it on mic. We can get into it. Has to be told.
You're like, I'm still baffled why humans are cursed to have only
Which
two arms.
Total Recall also has a movie novelization written by real horny, kind of nasty, horny weirdo Piers Anthony. And like the brief scene that Schwarzenegger has making out with Sharon Stone in the film is drawn out to like 20 pages, like in the book version.
There you go. Sharon Stone, another one.
Mhm.
That doesn't beat out Tia Carrere.
What'd you say about beating out?
Beating off.
Hello in there. Hello in there.
Such a good joke. Such a good joke. Yeah. I could have been telling that one in 1996
That's true.
It's
when
worth the
Eric
wait.
called me a narc. Be like,
You were
listen,
a narc.
I can hang.
You can hang. All right, next one. I this is too small for me to see. Is it Batman and Robin? Is it
Yeah.
Batman
just
and Robin.
Batman and Robin? Okay.
Yeah.
Versus Jingle All the Way.
Both shitty movies.
Yeah, they really are.
I thought Jingle All the Way. I watched it last year for Christmas. I thought it would hold up. Sinbad being like that douchey delivery guy too. I'm like, oh, he's probably funny. It was like Sinbad. He's really fucking annoying. Arnie is a goofball. But again, there are a lot of quotes from that movie that I'll drop sometimes as well. Turbo action, man, go.
Yeah.
So for Turbo Action, I'll go Jingle All the Way.
I agree, Jingle All the Way.
I agree too.
I'll go with that one. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Well,
All right.
never
You're not
mind.
missing anything.
I changed my answer to okay.
All right. Batman and Robin, like the most defensible thing about that movie, other than it giving me the chance to make the joke on our Lost Boys episode about how this is the Schumacher film that should have had bat nipples.
Hmm.
But Batman and Robin has a scene where Schwarzenegger, playing Mr. Freeze, shows up at one crime scene and screams the name of a Eugene O'Neill play. He just shows up, goes, "The Iceman cometh." And
Yep.
that's pretty funny.
That was good. That was a good impression, by the way.
Thank you. It's the only thing about that movie I like.
All right, next. Twins versus a movie I have not seen before. What the hell is it called?
Expendables.
Expendables.
I'm with
Twins.
the
Twins.
Yeah.
The Expendables is really fun. All the Expendables movies are really,
They are.
really fun. They're also shitty.
Yes.
Twins is a classic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Twins all day.
I've never seen Expendables. Twins, I
Right.
remember being fun. I can throw something that way.
Yep.
Twins, man.
Yeah.
Twins. All right, and last but not least, Commando versus Conan.
Which Conan?
The first one,
The first.
Conan the Barbarian.
The one with tits and James Earl Jones turns into a giant snake, which is why it gets my vote.
Yes.
Yeah, Conan for me, for
Conan.
sure.
Yeah, Conan.
Commando.
Commando's awesome. Commando
Commando is a great movie, and it's very deceptive. You don't think it's going to be as good as it is.
Yeah.
And Arnie leans so much into just like his one-liners.
Arnold plays a character named John Matrix, which, boy.
It's an old family name.
Also, like very young appearance, but his daughter, love of my heart from like the late 90s, Alyssa Milano.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what kept me around.
I still go Conan.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I loved both Conans. I loved Red Sonja.
I never saw Red Sonja. It was good.
Red Sonja's a turd.
Is it? Okay.
Well, compared to Conan's, yes.
All right. So next round. So we knocked out half. We're left with Terminator 2, Kindergarten Cop, Junior, Predator, Total Recall, Jingle All the Way, Twins, and Conan. Star Barbarian.
I think we're running a little over, so why don't we
We
go
are,
a little
yeah.
ground on this?
We can, yeah, we'll step it up real quick. Okay, I'm not even gonna mark this up. We'll just remember it.
T2.
T2.
Yeah, same.
Junior and Predator.
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 Yawn.
Predator. Easy.
Total
right.
Recall.
Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Easy.
Twins versus Conan.
This is a harder one.
Twins.
Twins for me.
Going Twins.
Conan.
That's 2 and 2, I think.
I
Oh.
think.
Is it split?
Oh man,
Unless Andy didn't really decide, I guess.
I haven't decided.
He hasn't
I didn't
decided yet.
either. I'm gonna go Twins.
Okay, I would have said Conan.
So
Alright,
who won?
so-
It was Twins. Twins took it. Conan took it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Twins,
Twins,
because
twins took
Twins.
it.
yeah.
The Twins took it. Okay.
I think we should write these down just for.
We will. After I'll
Okay.
I can post all this.
All right.
So yeah,
T2
right now it's
Predator.
T2 versus Predator.
I'm gonna go Predator.
I'm going
Honestly.
Predator too.
Predator. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Go on T2.
I'm sure T2 is a great film.
You just like the Guns N' Roses part.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was a great single.
Yeah.
What was the Guns N' Roses song from that?
You could be mine.
You could be mine.
Oh
yeah.
shit. Okay. Yeah.
Which the B side was Civil War on the single.
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Civil War was put there as a B side.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Total Recall.
Total Recall versus Twins.
Total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go
Recall.
Total
Yeah.
Recall.
Total Recall.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Coming down to Predator and Total Recall.
Wow. Okay.
Jesus
See,
fuck.
I think imagine if Running Man had been under a different pairing. I think it would have been close.
If Running Man had been on the other side and had been in the other bracket,
Yeah.
I think there's a good chance it's Predator versus Running Man.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you would take Running Man over Total Recall?
Although I love Total Recall.
Right.
It's just such a solid sci-fi movie for me.
Yeah, but I love Running Man.
And the novelization has
Me
a
too,
23
I do too,
section
yeah.
with Sharon Stone. So
That's right, and 3 boobs. But
Mm.
I love Running Man. I really, really do. But for me, Predator all day.
Yeah.
All day,
So
every day.
it's tough with Total Recall because we've been talking about like all the amazing kind of prosthetic and face work they did in Terminator, but that gave Verhoeven the idea to make it that completely insane when he was doing Total Recall, because half that movie is just shit being cut into or pulled out of like Arnold's prosthetic face.
Yep.
Of just like thing of kind of yanking out like the probe or just going 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I think the whole one's like face kind of like flies apart. Then 3 boobs.
The whole
I'm
Quado.
wondering to me if there's a recency bias
Quado.
because I watched Predator recently and liked it so much. I gotta say, I
gonna
gotta
go
say
Total
TR
Recall.
because
Okay.
yeah, as
Okay.
as amazing as Predator is, I think Total Recall is just it's about more and it's done better for like the thing it actually is.
Okay.
The thing I like about Total Recall is it just like Predator. There's times when Arnie's kind of in the jungle and he's putting mud on himself and he's hiding from the Predator, and it gets like a little intense because it's looking for him with like it's just like heat tracking or whatever. So it does kind of like drag at spots, but I feel like Total Recall was just kind of non-stop, and then the insane parts are fucking insane.
Yep.
Yeah. You know who almost was in the Predator bodysuit though?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, baby. Yeah.
Too much cocaine, they had to kick him out.
He had to go to Thailand for a bit.
Yeah, he's like,
actually
game
go out
over,
to the ring.
asshole.
I'm going Predator.
Oh, that is a tie. I was surprised, Johnny, you didn't go Predator. But I am actually going Total Recall as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Predator in a really long time, but
It's
I
so
just
good.
picture it being more like a
Yeah.
war, like a standard kind of war movie almost.
It's
Where
so
Total
good.
Recall
It's so good.
Send help.
I'm not mad that Total Recall wins this one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's a great fucking movie. Like, it's awesome.
This is the most obvious dumb fuck thing for people our age to say, but how cool is Arnold? Like, look the 16 movies and 12 to 13 are just like struggle. Like, not even him doing the same shit over and over again, but he had such a career, and he did
greatest action hero, greatest action star, of all time.
I agree.
Yeah,
Period. Like, full stop for me.
Yep. I could have done a cycle of Arnie movies. I thought it would have been interesting if we did an Arnie cycle instead of doing the ones we know, just doing randoms like Villain, for example.
Yeah.
It would have made it so much more interesting. But the whole time you'd be thinking about while you're watching those films, like, I really want to be watching Total Recall or Running Man or Predator.
We have cycle pitches coming up literally next week. If somebody wants to do like an Arnie thing as an option, just kind of bring it to the group. Just be like, especially if you can come up with like a wrinkle or like Arnie, but it's ... The famous ones or the unfamous ones that are supposedly really good, or like the worst possible ones or whatever the fuck else. Like there is that option to put that on the show, honestly.
Yeah. That could be a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, I was trying to think about that. Like, what would be good? Like, pick one actor, and then for the cycle, and we all cover his movies. Like I told you guys, I watched that biography of John Candy, and I kept thinking to myself after that, I'm like, shit, we should really do that as like a cycle. Just pick. There's so much John Candy stuff out there.
Some guy with a huge filmography, and we're just like, let's do his underrated stuff, things that nobody kind of really watched, but when you kind of look back and like, oh, this was kind of a success, or this was really well rated, or this was just, it's kind of seen as like a gem, like kind of like after the fact, like there's a billion versions of that kind of thing we could probably do. Certainly with Arnold, like the Maggie movie that Eric mentioned in the group chat is a thing with him and Abigail Breslin of like a father and daughter living in kind of zombie post-apocalyptic times, and it's like the daughter gets bit by a zombie. She's got 24 hours left, and like the entire movie is just like, you know, she's doomed. She's doomed from the start, and nothing happy happens. But the whole movie is just like, how do these two spend their last day together? Supposedly it's great.
I mean, that's another thing too. It's like Arnie movies. It's in the 2000s. He's made like several different movies. There was like, when I was looking at the list of movies he made, I think there's maybe like 6 or 7 movies. I recognized Maggie was the only one I recognized. It's a bunch of random stuff, but who knows? Something to think about. But Arnie movie bracket, Total Recall.
Total Recall. Yeah. But just about anything else on this bracket, you would have a good time with at the end of the day.
Yep.
Yeah, we can share this with people if they want to do it. You want to come up with your answers and post them or share them with us? It'd be awesome.
Sounds good. Rebels Without a Pod, episode 88. Let's wind it down. Andy, coming up. How you feeling?
I'm actually really excited to watch the movie. Okay. I'm really excited to see what all of the hubbub is about, why you think that it might be enough to end the podcast. I think, again, if we made it through Santa Claus and the Ice Cream Bunny and fucking Basket Case and who knows what else, I think
you're ready. You are ready. I am proud of you.
I've been prepped for this. I feel like I've been my whole life has been leading up to this moment now.
You're like Sarah Connor, and like by this point, like kind of like 2 years ago, you were living with kind of a silly roommate, and you had like a pet iguana, and your hair was all sprayed and fucked up, but like you're cool. You got a Jeep, you got a bandana, you're down in Mexico with like the biggest German Shepherd I've ever seen, like in my life, and you're like, Judgment Day is coming.
Let's fucking go.
You are fucking impregnated by an archangel, so good for you.
That's right, man.
Angels touched you. They touched all of us when this podcast started.
Can I put in one request? Do you eat sushi?
I do.
Okay.
I think you should have sushi for dinner while you watch this film.
I may not do that.
Okay. Eric, do not, under any circumstances, put in a second.
I'm proud of you. You've come so far. You've
Uh-huh.
got the cool shades now.
Right.
Everybody knows your name.
Mhm.
You've got that giant German Shepherd. You've been to Mexico.
I don't want to ruin sushi for myself, though.
Let's pivot it to Napone real
That's
quick.
fair.
Buddy, you have a good time tonight?
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
enjoyed
was
it.
your favorite part of the show?
The entire discussion of everything.
Of just like the entire show?
All the
Yeah.
above.
The bracket was pretty good. It was
Okay.
good timing for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How many times have you actually seen Local H?
It's got to be in the 20s or 30s.
Wow.
30s.
Yeah.
I was
Whoa.
going to text you, but in my head, like 117 sounds reasonable and also a funny number.
Yeah. It might be like low 20s. I'm not sure.
And there's only
Listen-
one person on this pod, I presume anyway, only one person on this pod that hasn't seen Local H with Napone.
Or at all.
Well,
Eric's
John, have you
probably
seen-
never seen it.
John, have you seen Local H with Napone?
Oh, hell yeah. Bowery Ballroom, like as soon as I moved back to New York from Japan.
Okay, so
Like my
I
second
saw them freshman year at the Webster, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure Naveen's gone. So Eric, you're the only one that hasn't seen Local H with Napone.
Podcast, field trip. We all go see Local H, including
Okay.
Eric. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a
So
really,
down.
really good show.
So
What's-
down. Let's
What
do
are
it.
what's one of their singles?
Bound to the
Well,
floor?
we have to go back to 1996 to start.
That's true.
Bound for the Floor is the biggest one, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that whole album is really good, though. What's the name of that album?
As Good as Dead.
As Good as Dead.
Yeah, whole
Good as Dead.
album's good.
Yeah.
What's the one? There's one that it's like I think the artwork on the album is like a quarter or something like that
That's
It's
it.
on the CD. It's
That's
on
it.
the CD.
Okay. On the CD. Yeah. So
Eddie-
I got
Eddie
that
Vedder is a-
from-
Eddie Vedder's a pretty big song, and that's where the quarter on the eyes.
What were the three? It was Bound for the Floor,
High
Eddie
five.
Vedder, and what's the third one?
High
High
five.
five.
High Five. Yeah, right.
High five. Okay.
Yeah.
I do have that album somewhere. So
Yeah. The number of times Dapone over the years has like texted me or emailed me or hit me on instant messenger and to be like, Local H broke up. And I would just kind of like reach back to him and be like, so the drummer left. He's like, no, Local H broke up. And I just be like, so the drummer left. And he's like, you don't understand.
You just don't get it, man.
Yeah. Final thing I'm going to say to Andy before we kind of wrap this up, like on the offhand chance, next week is a little bit too much. Keep in mind, so that is episode 89.
9.
We're going to be covering Old Boy. Episode 91. I should have mentioned this in programming notes. Andy, as the winner of our 2026 Oscar pool, has complete and total control over what we're doing for that show. He has not reached out to me. I don't know if he's talked to anybody else. I have no fucking idea what that show is going to be about, but we are very, very excited to find out.
It's either going to be really interesting or a complete and total fucking flop, and we'll just
So
have to wait.
each and every single show we've done. So far.
Exactly.
He's still got his tab open on his phone.
I do actually.
All right.
I do.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you said there was that thing.
Uh-huh.
There it is. There it is.
Uh-oh.
It's all a blur.
Andy forgot we were recording all this.
As long as it's not Dune 2, I'm good.
It's not Dune 2, I promise.
Thank you.
All
It's
right.
Dune 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Dune
got
3
an early
kicks at
cut.
once, man. Episode 88, gentlemen. Pleasure as always.
Thank you,
We'll be
phone.
back.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back.
Thanks, guys.
We'll be back.
Stop.